morning, everyone. Great to see you this morning. Happy Wednesday, right? We've got our stretch this morning. We'll get started today. We've got focus on those side planks, which in yoga lingo is that half moon, right? So that standing half moon. So let's get started on the top. We'll reach it up through the shoulders. Of course, our next class coming up 9 o'clock is upper body. We've got a little focus on chest and back. So we're going to work that chest and back. Let's go straight up to start. Straight up, lift through that spine. Heart comes up and lift, lift. Up, all right, we're going to take it slightly forward, just a little bit different tilt right there, slightly forward. And let's take it forward a little bit more as we warm up those shoulders and back, right? Don't pick up any weight, right there. Nice. We're gonna start walking it out to the side a little bit, all right? Out to the side, out to the side. And we're gonna get more even with the shoulder. So really wanna stretch, right? Don't just set it out there, stretch it out. And we'll start taking it down a little bit to the side and to the side, where we're almost coming straight down, down, and down, down, down. Good. Most importantly, let's go back up. All right, straight up over the top. We're right here. We'll take those shoulders and we're going to lift them up even higher, right? Lift them up, keep breathing, and release a little bit, all right? We're breathing that whole time, just lifting that upper body. Let's do it again. And up, extending that spine, coming all the way up, and release again. One more time. That feels good to me. All right, so anybody else? All right, let's take it up. Lift all the way up. Keep breathing, right? Don't hold your breath while you're doing that. You're just regularly breathing, just lifting that upper body. Lift high and release. All right, so we're going to work on, we talked a little bit yesterday about hollowing, right, to protect that back when we're doing all those deadlifts, whether we're doing RDLs, ballerinas, or any type of deadlifting. So let's work on that hollowing one more time. It's kind of a learned behavior. We're going to tuck the rib cage in, right? So tuck that rib cage in. Shoulders are in a relaxed, neutral position. They're not hunched, right? So shoulders are not hunched. They're neutral. We're going to hollow right through here, right? So knees are slightly bent, just hollowing in to straighten out that back as much as possible, versus you might be like, okay, my back is straight right there. But now when I hollow, it actually takes these spines, your column out a little bit more, right? So hollowing through there, I'm going to hollow and pull it in a little bit right through there versus that release, right? So let me hollow again. So again, pulling that rib cage in, besides helping the lower back and spine, also training those abs to come in, right? Training those abs to come in, pull it in, and release, right? So again, let's try to hollow. And again, while you're hollowing, right, while you're doing that pulling in motion, we're still breathing normally. It's not a breath hold. So if we get in that habit, right, of having that, pulling that rib cage in, even when we're doing any type of deadlift, right? For that matter, today we're doing half moon. You can hollow while you're doing that half moon to keep that spine nice and straight, right? Keep it in nice and tight. All right, so let's work out those legs a little bit. I think we're all stiff from yesterday's Bulgarians. Yes, I was. So right there. So let's walk those out a little bit, a couple hamstring curls. Whew. Lift it, lift it. Stretch out those quads and hamstrings. That's right. If you feel like you want to lift more, if that feels better, if that's where you're stiff, lift it up, whatever feels good, right? All right, so let's get ready for some half moves. All right, so that beginner level, I'm going to show beginner level. Those of you more advanced, I'm going to talk you right on through it. All right, so let's stretch out the leg to start. If you want to put it on a chair, you can, right? If you'd rather put it on the floor, you can do that too, right? That chair gives you a little bit higher. Anyone that wants to put it on the back of the chair, right? If you want to put it on the back, feel free. You can always set a towel on there. Let's take a quick stretch. All right, you can stretch it right there, or you can just hold that static stretch. So you can just hold it, or you can pulse it, up to you. If you want to hinge, again, try to hollow and hinge down. You want to hinge down, we've got 10 more right here on this side. 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's change legs, all right? So that other leg is up. If you want to hang on to a counter or anything like that, absolutely, you can do that, right? If you need to hang on to a wall, that other leg's up or it's on the ground and we're taking that stretch, right? So you can just hold it or you can do that little pulse, whatever feels good to you, all right? Easy to hollow. 6 more. No, it's not easy to hollow. So pulling it in that whole time, right? Especially when you're breathing in and out. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so let's get the back of the leg. Feel free to use the seat of the chair, the block, or the back of the chair, right? So we'll walk out the back of the leg a little bit. Let's walk it out before we go up. I'm up high, but feel free to hinge down, anyone that wants to hinge. Again, right here, if you look at me hinging, I've got a slight curve in my back. I'm going to hollow and pull it out a little bit more, right? So from any position, whether you're up high or low, walk it out. Again, if you have no lower back issues and you want to do any type of full bend, feel free. Giving tips for anyone watching their back, right? So walk it out a little bit, get those kinks out. We're going to do a set of lunges before we go into half moon, just to get those legs stretched out a little bit more. 10 more, and 9, 8, 7, 6 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, and up. All right, so beginners with me, we're going to use that chair. All right, so if you are a beginner at lunges, anyone else grab that block, get down to the mat. Right, those of you that have done it with me. Showing a beginner lunge right here. I'm hanging onto the back of my chair or my right? So I'm going to lunge right here. That back leg is going to be straight, right? So I'm going to try to straighten out my back. Might be a little easier if you hang on to the seat of your chair, right? And we're going to push down from here. All right, so I'm going to try to straighten out my back as much as possible, pull in those abs, and let's push down. That back leg is straight. Right down right there. Hang on however you need to. Right when you first get started doing these. 10 more on this side, 9, and 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can either put that leg back or you can step up. You have a choice, right? You can step it up if that's easier for you, or switch that leg on the mat onto that other side. So front leg up and down, back leg into that lunge. Right, we're going to push down into the mat. And I'm hanging onto the chair, right? For advanced, you're down on the mat, block, your choice. Push down. Just working those inner thighs. Waking them up, letting them know we're about to work them again, right? 8 more, and 7, 6 more, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time, let's set it on the mat. All right, set it all the way back as far as you can go. Your child's pose might be right here. Maybe you can't get that booty back to the heels yet. All right, you're gonna go back as far as you can. We're gonna slide side to side, all right? You can also just sit straight back if you're too tight. If your hips are too tight to go side to side, you can sit straight back. Otherwise, swing them out there, all right? And 8 more, 7, 6, 5 more, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more set of, we're gonna do lizard. All right, so that back leg is on the mat for that beginning one. Front leg forward. All right, then we'll go into some of those beginner half moon poses. So, back leg on the mat. Yes? Front leg up and down. More advanced friends, you're down on the ground. All right, grab that block. You can start getting that chest towards the mat. I'm at the beginner level today. I'm hanging on to a chair, all right? You can also hang on to that counter, whatever you've got right there. And we're gonna push forward to open up this inner thigh. So, you can always put some extra beach towels back there if that bothers your leg. If your leg doesn't lay flat, it might be looking like this to start, okay? So it might be looking like that. As time goes by, you're gonna wedge that foot out flat, that back leg. Pushing forward, again, working that inner thigh. We've got 10 more, 9, 8 more, and 7, 6 more, 5 more, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, let's change legs. All right, come back. Get that other leg forward. Feel free to hang on to something as we come forward into that little lizard, right? More advanced. You're gonna start hinging forward, getting towards that floor. Everyone else, we're up high right here. Okay, hang on to that chair as much as you need. We're gonna push forward. We're opening up that inner thigh. Again, that back leg, maybe that toes curled to start. Gonna start trying to slide it out, right? So you pick your level. If that pulse bothers you, you can just do a hold, all right? So either one is correct, pulse or hold. We've got 10 more, 9, 8 more, and 7, 6, 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Come on back. All right, we're going to release those hips again. You have 2 choices. You can sit back, right? If that bothers you, if you want to stay on all fours, you can rest right here and take it side to side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 more, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now we're going to come up, right? If you have trouble coming up off the mat, you're going to grab that chair, right? You can grab that chair. Help yourself up. Foot down. I'm going to press down right here on my quad and push up using that chair, okay? So that beginner level on half moon, I'm going to use my chair, all right? My more advanced friends with me today, go ahead and move on down to that block, right? We already did some stretches, so you should be good to get down to that block, maybe even the ground. So basically, we're going to come, basically half moon is a side plank, right? So we're going to take, grab the back of that chair and open up to the side. So, form, right? Form would be, chest would be open, right? Chest is nice and open. You're going to try to look up a little bit, right? Try to look up, that keeps the chest open. Generally, if you look down, that chest kind of starts closing a little bit. So, that beginner level, we're right here. To try to lift that back leg, and you're holding that side plank, all right? We've got another 10, 9, 8 more, and 7, more. 5, now I'm counting slow. 4, 3, 2, and release. Okay, so the way you can release, you can bring that arm down first, bring that leg down and come back. So if you're a person that gets dizzy, start right here, right? You can start right here and just working on that balance. See, I'm balanced on one leg. You can kind of start working on that balance if you don't want to tilt that head. All right, so same thing on the other side. Let's do the other side one time. If you have 2 blocks, throw one on each side so you don't have to move your chair. You don't have to move your chair, right? Those of us using a chair, you can always put 2 chairs out if you don't want to move a chair around. So, all right, so other side. Again, we're going to open up. You're opening up that chest. It's nice and wide. You're lifting that leg. Again, if you get dizzy, just come up a little bit higher, right? You can work on some balance on one leg. Yes? See that, right? Balance on one leg, hang on to that chair. If you want to start coming to the side a little bit, that chest open and look up, right? So palm is towards your computer screen or your TV, however you're streaming, right? So open up right there. And we've got 10 more. And 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and release. Nice job. Come on down. How we doing, okay? So, if you've never done this before, right? The first few times, you're gonna feel it, just like anything else. More practice, more times we do it, the better, okay? So, after you do it a few months, you're gonna start going lower and lower and lower. Even if you get dizzy, your equilibrium, you'll get used to going lower and lower. So, I don't know if any of you have ever done an inversion table. It's basically similar. They tell you to start almost flat. If you know, an inversion table is where you flip upside down. So they'll tell you to start here. You do 2 minutes. You can do 4 minutes and 6 minutes and start tilting. So you do it gradually so your body gets used to that inversion. Same thing with a half moon. You know, start at one level, your body starts getting used to inverting. And so you'll start doing a little bit more each time. So don't feel like you have to go from here to way down here, right? So you're gonna do 2 minutes and keep going a little bit more. Does that make sense? Hope so. Just like an inversion table, if you have done one at a chiropractor or if you have one at home. So, all right, let's do that again. I am gonna go a little bit lower, right? Just to show another form. If you're using the back of the chair, you can also go a little bit lower on the back of the chair, like so, right? Maybe this was too easy for me. I'm gonna come down. Anyone else, if you're on a block, feel free to drop on down to the floor, right, as you warm up. So, but for those beginners on those half moon, grabbing that side of the chair. You can always straighten out that bottom arm if you want, if you're comfortable on the bottom of the chair. I'm opening up, right? Opening up that chest as much as I can. And I'm going to look up to that chest open. So if that leg will lift, where you're even, fine. If you're kind of down there, that's okay too, right? You're just gonna work it wherever you can. You've got a nice strong plank right there. And 5 more on this side. 4 more on this side. 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right, so I'm bending this leg to release, and I'm gonna come out of it. Good? Good job. All right. I know some of you are on the ground. That's a long hold. Good job. So if you're on the ground and you need to come out of it sooner, feel free. All right? So we'll give that side a break. We'll go on that other side. All right, so same thing for all of us in that beginner stage. Right here, if you might be more comfortable on one side than you are on the other. That happens sometimes, right? Maybe your one's shoulder's not as good as the other. So if you need to stay up higher on one side, you make that call, right? Otherwise, if you want to slide down the side, right? You could even go halfway right there, right? Opening up for that half moon. basically just a side plank. I lost my balance right there, so I just caught it. I'm gonna come back up and I'm opening up my chest right there, right? I'm gonna turn my head and look up once I get my balance. And I'm gonna try to lift that back leg a little bit. So nice and strong, just like holding that side plank. And we've got 5 more. Looking good. I see some people shaking. That's great. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now release that leg and come out of it. Good. So if your muscles are shaking, you're holding that side plank really tough, right? Good job. Good job. So again, don't feel like you have to go low all of a sudden and work your way down there. All of my friends that are working from the floor, they didn't start there, right? So just a note to those people more advanced this time as we do it. If you're on the floor, if you want to start working that hand towards that ankle, feel free to work that hand towards that ankle until you almost collapse, right? You've got that crash mat. So if you are okay with that crash mat, otherwise we're on that other side. All right, so you're gonna do a level you're comfortable with, right? We're gonna come up on that half plank, right? So this time we're gonna bend that back leg and open it, all right? So just get a little bit of movement in there versus that hold. So you're gonna either hold the side of your chair and open, right? You're gonna pick that level you're at, or the seat of your chair, right? Let's hold it open. We're gonna bend that leg back and kick it back. All right, we're gonna kick it back for 10, 9, 8 on the bent leg, 7 and 6. Chest is still open, still looking up. 4 more and 3 more, 2 and 1. Open it up. Can we hold it for another 10? If you can't come out of it, otherwise 8, 7, 6 more and 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and release. I'm going to release by bending both those legs and come out of it. Good job. How we feel? Good? It's a great stretch, great strength move. It's abdominals, right? So by coming into that plank, you're automatically kind of hollowing out, trying to strengthen out, right? Let's do that other side with that bent leg to the back, okay? Again, you're going to pick your level, back of the chair, seat of the chair, exactly whatever level you want to try, okay? So I'll do back of the chair with you. All right, so back of the chair, we're going to open up. That palm, again, is towards your computer, right? Or your TV, nice and long. We're going to bend that leg to the back, right? And we're going to kick it back. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, feel those abs, right? 5 more, 4, looking good, 3, 2, and 1. Can we straighten it out? You want to try to straighten it out, right? We'll hold it for another 10, 9, and 8, 7, 6 more, and 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend those legs, right? Bend both those legs and release out of it. Let's fold it a couple times, okay? So today was our beginner half moon training, right? Beginner half moon. We posted more intermediate and advanced. Today was beginner. Let's take a quick stretch to end up with. We've got upper body coming right up. All right, if you want to use that back of that chair, seat of that chair, let's walk out the back of those legs, right? Again, let's try to hollow so I don't have that sway back, right? So I'm going to pull my rib cage in to flatten out my back if I'm in this standing position. Anyone who's leaning over to the ground, you're good to go, right? Pull it in, keep breathing, don't hold your breath. We've got 10 more, 8, 7, 6 more, and 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend those knees and come out of it. All right, great job, everyone. Okay, Thanks so much for joining me this morning. I'm gonna get my sneakers on. We've got upper body, right? We've got some upper body, so grab some weights, hang on to that chair. And Matt, we're on the ground for some heavier lifting today, right, from our bench, which for most of us is the ground. So we'll see you in a second, all right? Thanks everyone, great job.